Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Babe. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle love without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, to the nice end. Yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Still, Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of status when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side.
Welcome back to Rttsp Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 80. We are fully into the sports world. We have the first week of NHL kicking off. We have college football, NFL in the full swing of things, some UFC updates, as well as some playoff baseball, and we have all four of the boys to break it down with you. We got McDilly, we got Tycho, we got Luke, and we have the Wanderer. So let's get to it. Fellas, playoff baseball. Snaps, crackle, and pop. Now, first things first, I figure we might as well just start with the teams that have been eliminated and then talk about the teams that are still playing. So, my team got swept. Tyler's team got swept. Jesse, welcome to the club. Guys, the Baltimore Orioles have officially been swept. God
You know what's
damn it,
crazy?
what the hell?
You know what's crazy? The only time that a team didn't get swept for a series in the the whole regular season, and then got swept in the playoffs was in like 1985.
Yeah, this is the second time ever.
Only happened twice.
Second time ever. You don't get swept all year because you were saving it for the playoffs. I mean, I genuinely want to know, as an Orioles fan, what are your thoughts on this series and your just thoughts overall on the Orioles right now?
Went from worst to best, and we're a streaky team. So I wish we wouldn't have gotten first. Because I feel like if we would have played a first round, we might have been able to get our wheels turning. But everybody knows we won the games we won because we streaked. We had hard streaks. So we took all that time off, and we weren't ready, I guess.
Yeah, the Rangers, they quite literally did what you said you would have wanted to do. In the wild card, they got their wheels turning. They got their pitching staff going, they got their bats going, and then they just continued it into this series. And it was genuinely like a team having to play Monday Night Football and then Thursday Night Football when the other team just had a bye. I'm being serious. And, I'm not making excuses for either team, but I'm just saying when that's the circumstances of how they are, it is going to favor one team, and that is why the last two games after they won one game, Baltimore was a heavy favorite in this series instantly. The Rangers. So I think if I'm a Baltimore fan, I'm not mad because the fact that we won 100 games this year, going from 2 100 win losses, Is it disappointing that we got swept? 100%. But I think you're looking at it like this. You're looking at it like, okay, we had who was the closing pitcher that just got Tommy John? Bautista. So you got Bautista. You got to look at him for recovery. You have to look at another starting pitcher. I can't remember his name right now. Who's also coming back for recovery. I think it's John Means. Yeah. And then on top of that, you'll have Jackson Holliday, who will probably be called up. So there's a lot of optimism still for Baltimore, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, plus we were like a bottom 5 team last year.
That's what I'm saying. I still feel like if I'm a Baltimore fan, I can't really be too mad because just the fact that you guys were here, it really was a win, if I'm being honest. You guys being a 1 seed in the playoffs, that was your win this year.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay because there's always next year. Well, let's talk about who is still in it. And we are going to start off with the – fuck it. Let's just please, Luke. Let's go the D-backs and the Dodgers because the D-backs they're up 2-0 and they're fucking rolling. I love it because not only are they rolling, but Clayton Kershaw, game 1, 7 runs, absolutely rattled the man. And then game 2, you finally – I told Luke after game 1, I was like, the Diamondbacks are actually in a spot now because now they can send Zach Gallen out in the mound. And he goes 7 innings and lets up 2 runs. I mean, Luke.
The wheels are turning. They got that dog in them. Oh, man. Oh, this is beautiful to watch. I've watched both games, watching the Dodgers kick our ass all regular season long, and now we're kicking their ass. We win when it matters.
I really hope that you guys sweep them because I think the Dodgers played a different style this offseason in terms of they had a lot of filler players and a lot of veterans that they were like, we can still get some juice out of them and milk them for all they got. And now the Diamondbacks are showing them that these young guys are like, nah, that ain't going to cut it. We got the juice. We got, like Luke said, the dog, like Corbin Carroll, and, you just can't beat them. I really hope they sweep the Dodgers.
It's very beautiful.
I mean, it's
baseball
really
world, I think, is rooting for the Diamondbacks right now. And I'm happy that Luke can say he was there before everyone else.
I've been with them the last couple years.
I think he was so crazy at the beginning of the year for saying that the Diamondbacks were going to win the World Series. And
he said
it's
it.
I told you they were going to snake a wild card spot with that extra wild card spot being added, and then they're going to go on to win it all.
As much as I don't want to, if they do win it all, I will do some shit like I did when the Rams won the Super Bowl for Tyler, and I will make the best clip I can make for Luke because he deserves it. The man absolutely deserves it.
You got 190 games to go through.
We are going to see how that goes. 9:07 is game 3 tonight. Hopefully, D-backs can just sweep at home. All right. Let's get into another series that I think is also probably going to be ending in game 4. Let's talk about the Twins and the Astros. Now, in my opinion, the Twins are really just trying to hang on as much as they can. I think that offensively, Astros are better. Pitching-wise, Twins are better. Okay? But then, when you go to the injury bug, and then you go to the people who are being more consistent and all the, as you call in hockey, the puck luck factor of it, it's been going all to Houston. So it's kind of in a shitty spot if you are Minnesota. And then, bad bounces in that 9-1 game. Once it became 5-0, 6-0 with, one of your aces on the mound, I feel like you're sitting over here like Sonny Gray. He hasn't allowed 3 runs in the first inning all year. Why are there 5 runs right now? So very weird performance, but at the end of the day, I feel like however you slice it and dice it, the Astros are probably just going to go to their 6th straight ALCS.
Game 5.
You think Minnesota has a chance to win this series for real?
No. We're not winning the series, but I think they somehow win and make this go to 5.
I hope they do. I hope they keep it competitive. But I think the Astros are going to win it in game 4, and that would be at 7 o'clock.
They should.
In a half hour. All right, another series, and that game is going on right now. The final series, Phillies, Braves. First game, very exciting. Phillies took it. Second game, even more exciting. Braves took it with the Austin Riley home run and then the Harris catch double play. Now we're sitting in game number 3 without it. Scratch the fact that the Phillies are currently winning right now, okay, in the 4th. And just look at it like it's 1-1, game 3. How are you feeling? Braves, Phillies.
This isn't fair. My brain knows the Phillies are winning and it's poking out, but like I don't want to say Phillies. I want the Braves, but boy, them boys getting cracked. The problem is Philly has too much power.
This is what you talked about last time. Yeah.
Yep. Philly's just got too much power. When you can pop from like 1 through 7 batters, you're liable to give 6 runs any inning.
Yeah. I think Philly has the best shot of winning this series, and it's hard to say. It's hard to say because I think whoever wins this series has the best chance of winning the World Series, but it's hard to say that Philly has it in the bag just because I haven't seen anyone win more games all year than I saw from the Braves, so shit could happen. If anyone still has a chance right now out of the Dodgers, the Twins, and the Braves to come back, I think we can all agree the Braves have the highest chance. Yeah. All right, and that is the current playoff update, and that is baseball. So with that, we will roll into the college football recap.
What's going on, guys? Tyco here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com.
All right. We had some winners in college football, and we had some losers in college football.
It's usually how it works.
Let's start with a loser. Ohio State, number 4, against Maryland. They went on to win 37-17 Maryland. They stuck around in the first half, and then Ohio State pulled away in the second half. Luke, I tried to ride with you, and Baby Tua just couldn't get done.
Baby Tua shut down in the second half. But it's okay because he was able to show how fraudulent that OSU team is this year.
I knew you were going to find some sort of takeaway against Ohio State on it. I just fucking knew it. I was watching the game, and even when it hit 37-17, I was sitting here and I go, this doesn't feel like a blowout game where Luke can sit. He's still going to have something to say, but I didn't know what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Do you two have anything on this game?
I mean, the only thing to take away from any Ohio State game is what's going to happen when Ohio State plays Michigan. Ohio State let up over 200 rushing yards to Maryland. To Maryland. That's all I have to say.
That is
also, Ohio State couldn't run the ball against Maryland.
Yeah.
Maryland,
yes.
Yeah, Turtles.
Another noon game.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is Michigan's going to have like 400 rushing yards.
Yeah, it's every game.
That's all I took away from that game. Is at this moment right now, if they played tomorrow, Michigan probably runs for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. They don't even have to throw the ball. That's all I took away from that. Good thing they don't play tomorrow because that's how it would go.
Next game, number 23 LSU and number 21 Missouri. Jalen Daniels is a great quarterback, and LSU is a bad team. I have made my decision. That is my standpoint.
Look, I'm Missouri for this game. All I have to say is I'm so sorry, man, because
thank God I took the over.
You guys were covering the spread for 59 minutes out of 60. But that last 1 minute, LSU gets a pick six. Guy had no reason to go to the end zone, fell into the end zone, and you lose your bet. So I'm sorry if that happened to you. However, LSU does not have a defense, and I will be taking the over in every single game that they play in for the rest of the year because that's just how it goes.
Yeah, when you got Brady Cook throwing for 400 yards,
60 points, maybe even 70 by halftime in every single game, the over-under is like 102 points. So that's what I got out of that.
At least LSU's rushing game finally showed up this week. They had 260 total rushing yards.
That's great. They need to learn how to play defense.
Yeah, for real. I agree. No, I agree.
I don't care if they got a pick six at the end of the game. They need to learn how to play some defense.
All right. We got to talk about this game. So, number 12, Oklahoma. Number 3, Texas. I am a man, and I can admit when I was wrong. Texas might not be back.
Look, Texas might not be back, but also Oklahoma might be back.
Yes. I thought
they can
Oklahoma
both
was going
be
to get
good
rocked.
and like coexist.
Can I say something really quick, Tyler? And I just want to know how you feel about this.
Sure.
I think Dylan Gabriel's Tua Tagovailoa. I think if you give him time, you give him space, he'll make plays. If he has any sort of pressure, he collapses, and he just boofs it up. I heard somebody on 97.1 made the comparison, and I was like, yes, that is exactly how it works.
Pretty accurate.
And I just feel like that's exactly what happened here. They gave Dylan Gabriel so much time. The pass rush was not there until the second half. And that's when Dylan Gabriel was able to just take control, ball out, and he had almost 250 yards just in the first half. So,
hey, man, I told you I had a bad feeling about this game where that spread looked like a trap, and I wanted that money line, even though the money line missed anyways.
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day, we all lost.
I made Luke get rid of his losing pick to take a pick that lost even worse.
Not fun.
Should have taken Oklahoma at that point.
Well, I know.
Honestly, next time I'm doing that.
Now you're gonna have something to say about this one here, Luke. Texas A&M, Alabama 26, Texas A&M 20.
Luke, I know this is college football, but this time I can say I told you so.
I'm happy I backed out.
They collapsed in the fourth. They were just rushing themselves too much. They're putting too much stress on their drives when it wasn't needed. It was just unfortunate.
I didn't already think was going to happen because I did think that's how it was going to go. Was someone on Instagram commented on something about that game saying Jimbo should be fishing Fisher, and I don't think I'll ever call him anything else now. Someone was like, I can't believe Jimbo should be fishing Fisher. Like, screw this up or whatever the fuck. That's what
All
I
I know is I need Texas A&M to walk in as a massive underdog so they can just keep upsetting Alabama.
Okay.
When they're not, it doesn't work.
Next time they're going to have to be a massive underdog. Got to lose their NIL money or something because they got too much right now.
All right. This is my I told you so moment because this one felt good. Number 25, Louisville. Number 10, Notre Dame. I knew it. I knew these motherfuckers just had you thinking, okay, back-to-back ranked games. We're competitive. We now have you thinking we're a good team. Third ranked game, number 25, Louisville. They get smacked. 33-20 was the final score in Louisville. And not going to lie, this one felt good.
I'll say something. First off, I'm happy that you convinced me to take Louisville's spread on that one. So that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Second off, as much as like I'll give Notre Dame just as much shit as the next person, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have mad respect for Notre Dame because look at everyone else that's like a top dog in college football and look at who they played the first 5 weeks. And then look at Notre Dame's schedule.
Out of the first 5 weeks, Tyler, they have played 4 ranked opponents in the top 25.
Every week, I'm like, oh, God, I got to watch the Notre Dame game. I got to watch the Notre Dame game. I got to watch the Notre Dame. Like,
the only game they haven't played that was ranked.
Playing that's on the schedule.
The only team they played that was unranked, that wasn't like week 0, was Central.
Yeah. That was literally
the only one. So
but
I just
like,
think that's
at the same time,
why.
is like,
I agree though. I give them a lot of props for doing that. It's tough.
It's college football, like you're not like as a college football program, like you have one game. You got a
rivalry game, then you normally have a big ranked game.
But like you have one game that you can lose for wiggle room and try to still make the playoffs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
mad respect for Notre Dame for like putting themselves through a gauntlet, knowing that that's how it works.
Right.
But yeah, Louisville, nice job, boys.
Yeah, they're 6-0. Good for Louisville.
I mean, and everyone was saying like, Louisville might not be like a real 5-0 because like, they won by one score against Georgia Tech. They're in all these close games with not so good teams. And then they go and they throw that on Notre Dame. So, I mean,
yeah.
Now if you were skeptical on Louisville, you're even more skeptical.
I agree. We got 2 more college games here. Tyler, speaking of Georgia Tech that you just brought up, they beat Miami because, oh boy, they didn't take a goddamn knee.
Miami is my biggest, humongous, ginormous bum of the.
They should be 5-0.
Mario,
we can all agree. Stinker of the week.
This is not stinker of the week. This is absolute bumville of the decade.
Because not only is this the first, but this is the second time that he has lost a game like this.
Yep.
Their coach is he gets a bum of the decade.
He then has the
decade
to go into his post-game interview and say that the running back needs to work on ball security because they preach ball security. And if you don't shut the fuck up right now, you are not about to try to go up there and blame the running back. If I'm a running back, I'm in the portal. I'm gone.
Or you maybe learn from your first mistake and just take a knee. Nope, let's not do that.
Funny. He actually said that. He blamed ball security.
Yeah, he blamed the running back.
He preached ball security. He was basically
hilarious
back when he should have just needed the ball. He's something else.
If I was a running back on that, not just a running back, if I was that running back, I'd be hitting the portal immediately. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Hell yeah.
There's no reason not to.
All right. Let's get into the game that made me stay up till 3 a.m. because USC and Arizona went into triple fucking overtime. Now, we all had Arizona plus 21 because we knew USC's defense was atrocious. So we all covered there. But the fact that USC was down 17-0 in the first half and then had to battle and claw all the way back was something I was not ready for.
Not even a little bit.
They fought all the way until overtime. They got it into third overtime when it became a 2-point conversion type of thing, and then they got the stop. But wow. All against Arizona's backup quarterback.
Yeah. Look, I don't know if like Arizona's just like not good at finding defensive talent and like it's offense only, or like maybe they accidentally hired 2 offensive coordinators and they had to make one a defensive coordinator, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. So I don't know what the situation is, but regardless, it's brutal on the defensive side. Like absolutely brutal.
Same with USC.
USC will not win a national championship this year if that's how their defense plays all year.
They're not making playoffs.
I was gonna say they're not. You gotta think about Pac-12 championship, bro, because this is a defense that you cannot be playing like this against. Like we've been talking about Notre Dame's schedule. If USC had at least half of that schedule so far, those would be 2 losses out of the CFP.
At least.
So they're getting lucky right now with this schedule, but that looks only gonna take you so far. Shape up, you know what I mean? You pretty sure this week or the next week they have a ranked game, right? Yeah, they play Notre Dame. So you got to shape up this week because Sam Hartman will fuck that defense up. All right, that is college football. Now let's move into the NFL recap. All right, we're only going to do the close games, good games here because we have other things that we want to get into. So let's start off with the Bills and the Jaguars 5-point game in London. The Jags, they held the Bills to only 20 points defensive-wise, and, they're doing pretty good on offense.
The Bills are frauds.
I think I took the over, right? That was a bad idea. I didn't even factor in the fact that all this jet lag and whatever could play a role.
And the
fact
Jags are staying in there. I didn't even think about it.
They're adjusted to the time zone. Like, everything was in their face. Like, they were supposed to
They
win this.
were supposed
That
yeah.
over was supposed to hit if you were watching that game.
I didn't even get to watch it because I was busy before the 1 o'clocks.
When I tell you there was a field goal that was supposed to happen, but there was a fluke turnover. There was another field goal that was supposed to happen before a fluke turnover. There was a touchdown that got called back. I'm like, the NFL is scamming on these 3 points, bro.
They knew.
Didn't want you to get it.
I was sick about it because I had the over too. But Travis Etienne finally looking like a running back that like he's supposed to. Yes, it was a long run he had that really buffed his yards, but he's supposed to have one of those plays where.
The funniest thing about ETN is that man played himself in fantasy that like this past week.
Yeah.
And just dropped a bomb on himself.
In the game, he was like, I went crazy.
He's like, fuck, I did go crazy.
Should have just fell short of the touchdown.
Oh, all right.
We need incentives.
The Dolphins, good win. Saints blowout. Here was a close game. Colts 23, Titans 16. We're back, baby. I mean, shit. We just needed to beat the fuck out of the Bengals, but we're still the fucking Titans. We're still the same team. That was just a revenge game, and then I'm not gonna lie. I was like so terrified for Jonathan Taylor to come back and torch us, and Zach Moss had 180 rushing yards, and then I don't know how I feel. Anthony Richardson, I will say, when he went down, I did have a part of me that was like, okay, we got a chance here. But nah, it wasn't enough. Tannehill still sucks. Just fat cock. It's just bad.
Well,
I don't know.
they do have Gardner Minshew at the helm. So it's not like he's not like just a normal random bum backup going in there.
One in this game. Zach Moss is what won on this damn game. 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. That boy went off, and I don't think anyone was expecting that.
One of his touchdowns was like 3 yards because Minshew got him all the way down the field.
Yeah, but his other touchdown was like 70 yards because he
had 192 total rushing yards. So he had a good day.
You know what I mean? So
all they proved to themselves was that they fucked up by signing him to a $50 million contract for 3 years.
Correct.
Zach Moss immediately turned around and said, y'all didn't have to do that.
I'm going to be honest right now. I have 2 teams. Listen, I have 2 teams right here that both did not utilize their RB1s, Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor, but instead relied on Zach Moss and Tyjae Spears, the RB2s.
Well, okay, I'll tell you exactly why. One, that was Jonathan Taylor's first game back. You cannot expect him to be the absolute RB1 when they've had Zach Moss already cooking.
But my boy Henry has been torching the Colts.
Yeah, that's true. But they were also down very early, and they have been using Spears as the pass catching back. When they're throwing the ball, you will not see Derrick Henry in the game.
Which makes no sense to me because this man, you know how many of those he caught at Tulane? 2. He did not run that at Tulane, and now they're putting him in a whole different system. So I'm just confused.
Well, the Spears is more of a pass catching back than Derrick Henry. So if they're passing it,
I agree with that. Yeah,
that's why
is more of a pass catching back than Derrick Henry. When you have Derrick Henry as your RB1, whoever your RB2 is the catching back automatically because
I see what you guys.
And also, even though it pisses me off because I have him in fantasy, they're playing with Derrick Henry smart. They're not playing him when they're down by a lot.
No, and I
keep
like
him
that.
Healthy for the back end of the season when they're pushing for playoffs. So then if they even happen to make playoffs, he's still fully healthy.
I like that, but the game was a 1-possession game the whole game. At no point was it like, oh, you're down now. It was a 1-possession game the whole game.
And D-Hop was getting the ball.
The worst was 10-6, and then it was 21-6, and then we immediately made it 21-14. But like, anyways, next game. Sorry, that was too long.
It was too long.
Steelers, Ravens. 17-10 was the final in Steel City. This Steelers defense is just, they're the reason why they're first in the division right now.
No, I'm not going to give it.
I'm not doing that. I'm
They
not.
are.
Hell no. I'm not doing
They
that.
are. First
Lamar
in the division. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Lamar Jackson is a bum.
Lamar Jackson's a bum?
Oh,
This
that's
whole
what we're doing?
Is so bad.
What'd you say?
Every single year. It's absurd.
I did not think this take was coming.
Did you watch this game?
Lamar balled out. I don't know what he's
They dropped like 2 touchdowns for him.
They
I
have
don't know what
10
he's on.
points.
They dropped 14.
The Ravens offense is abysmal.
You can't get mad at Lamar Jackson when Nelson Aguilar, the Supreme Butterfingers, drops a touchdown.
Their first mistake was signing Nelson Aguilar.
I know.
Tyler,
Mistake number
you
one.
cannot tell me you watched that football game and saw 37 drops.
I was at the Lions game, you fucking idiot.
And you blamed Lamar? That had the most drop passes of any
Lamar
game
has had. Look at Lamar's first fucking however many games. You know what? I'll pull it up.
This
Zay
year?
Flowers had 6 drops. Mark Andrews had 5 drops. Nelson Aguilar had 3 drops. Hill had 2 drops. Odell had 2 drops. Bateman had 3 drops. Duvernay had 2 drops. Fuck is Lamar supposed to do? They can't catch.
Throw it to their hands.
He is.
He was hitting
He
them.
was. He was.
I
Tyler,
promise
he
you.
was.
I
Hey,
promise.
you were watching Red Zone.
No.
No.
I was watching the game
If
at
you
work.
go on the game and you look, even just Twitter, like that was the main thing is their receivers could not catch.
Look. 4
I
and 2.
can't shit on Lamar for last game. I
He
felt
had
bad.
3 rushing touchdowns.
56.6 QBR.
13th is still the
Is
top,
this
top half of the league.
is this an all-star to you?
Yes, when you bring in the rushing aspect, yeah.
No.
I'm not saying he's an all-star. I'm just saying last game I felt bad for him. That's what I'm saying.
It's okay to feel bad for him.
All I'm saying too is this: dude, the Steelers defense.
I'm not giving it to the Steelers defense like that.
Yeah, I can't give that credit to the Steelers defense fully because they're 3-2. They've had 1, maybe 2 actual good games where they looked like the Steelers defense, but the rest of them, that whole team has been absolutely mediocre.
I feel like the defense only got torched against Houston.
That's
Did
what
they
I
get
was
torched?
gonna. That's what I was gonna say. Wasn't that the
They get
31-point
torched
game, and
again?
then everything else was pretty even keel?
Who's the other really good guy on?
Yeah, the only other team that put up 30 was the
That is
Niners week 1, and they're the best offense in the league. So I can't really say that the defense has been bad this year.
That whole team's been mediocre this year.
I would say the team is mediocre right now.
No.
I'm saying that whole team, including the offense and defense.
No, the offense has been mediocre, but defense having 4 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles, and fumble recoveries, 17 sacks, and 2
well.
touchdowns. That's a good defensive season.
They are. Come on, Luke. They're playing pretty nice.
Like that for 5 games, 17 sacks, 2 touchdowns,
They're playing all right.
6 fumbles. Come on.
Come on.
5 interceptions. That's like 5 weeks.
Come on.
All right, Luke.
As I said, they've only had 2 good games where they looked like the Steelers defense.
Luke, I pulled up some stats. I got this. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Worst NFL run defenses so far. Denver, rushing yards per game allowed, 187. Cincinnati at number 2. New York, number 3. Pittsburgh at number 4.
Okay.
4th worst rushing defense. Okay. Keep
Okay.
going down here. I'm trying to find where Pittsburgh is on this big list of total defense. Okay. Worst pass defenses. They do not make that list. They're not top. They are not bottom 5 for pass defense. They are currently top 15, 13. Right now, Pittsburgh defense is ranked 13th in once you total up all their categories. So just in the top half but not top 10.
But if you go to sacks, they're second in the league. And if you go to interceptions, they're tied for third in the league. So,
Yeah, that's because they had 3 picks in one game.
This is
Then
true.
only 1 pick in 2 other games.
That is also a big factor. You have to remember that.
Okay.
It's like how we say
As I
Jerry
said, 2 good games.
There will be opinionated both ways.
The first thing that it
Here's
says
our
after you read the Patriots being ranked, or Pittsburgh Steelers being ranked 13th is, in some ways, the Pittsburgh Steelers have to be thankful for good fortune after Sunday, thanks to Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, it was the drops, Tyler. It was the drops.
I
There's
swear,
also 6 hits and 4 sacks on the fastest quarterback in the league.
I think you came at Lamar a little bit too hard.
he did try. No,
Lamar has always been just a run guy.
well, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me this year? This
What?
year, next week. I'm gonna need you to wake up at 9:30 because the Lions game is in the afternoon, and I want. Okay, wait, that's a London game. You can't count London games.
Oh, now
No,
we're not counting London games.
Yeah.
30.
We were just
Oh.
talking about jet lag. And they've both
Wait,
been unders with good teams. They've been
Who
weird.
has the London game? Who has the London game?
But if you want
My
to count it,
Titans.
watch how
and-
Lamar stays in the pocket. He's trying
Okay,
to stay in the pocket and not run
both teams are going to be jet lagged.
Watch
I'm taking
That's
the under
not
in
an
that bitch.
excuse.
I'm watching now with
Just
full
watch
intent on betting the under for Lamar Jackson. And
Yeah,
I'm betting the under in that whole game.
Yeah, Colts, Ravens. Trust me, London
The
game.
only thing,
Nah, it's Titans Ravens.
Titans.
Oh, it is Titans under.
That's
Hard
what I'm
under.
saying. Under all day.
Yep.
Under all day. All right.
10,
Next
14.
Rams, Eagles. The Eagles pulled off the 23-14 win against the Rams, but I think the Rams showed that they are still a competitive team this year, and they put up a better fight than a lot of people thought.
Rams are a 500 football team.
Eagles stay undefeated. That's the main headline here. Next game. Chiefs.
Oh, and also Jalen Carter remains an animal.
Yeah, he is. Chiefs, Vikings. The Vikings, they tried, man. They really fucking tried, but 27-20 was the final from the Chiefs. Another one-possession game that the Vikings lost. They are now 0-4 this year in one-possession games.
Look, if
Biggest
you're a
takeaway.
Vikings fan, you didn't just go 0-4 that week. You just went 0-8 because Justin Jefferson's out for 4 weeks.
Yep, and that was the main thing I was going to bring up next.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
Yeah.
takeaway of this game.
So you might just lose.
And to all of you fantasy owners with Justin Jefferson, that's just tough.
Yeah, lick that, Bookie.
Hey. This is the 4th year in a row.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey 4 years ago, injured. Christian McCaffrey 3 years ago, injured. Last year, JT, injured. This year, Jefferson, injured.
You don't want to be the first pick, man. You just don't.
If you're supposed to be number 1 in your fantasy draft, first of all, you don't want the number 1 pick. Second of all, pick somebody else.
No, listen. I had a feeling about this because it seems to happen every single year, and this is why my plan was, if I had the number 1 pick in fantasy, I was not going to pick Jefferson. Every time from the previous season, whoever was the top fantasy player, and then the next season where you're drafting, they're automatically the number 1 draft pick, and everyone wants him, and there's a whole bunch of hype around him.
Last 4 years.
They always get hurt.
Yep.
They always do.
So what are
They
you
never
going to do
have-
next year when Tyreek Hill gets hurt?
I'm still going to draft an
he just can't
entire
get
Dolphins themed team.
What do you mean? Luke won't give a damn.
I won't. I'll keep him in my lineup when he's hurt for the season.
Put him on the
Out of
IR.
respect.
Hold him. Doesn't matter how many
Nah, I'm not even going to put him in the IR slide. I'm putting him in the starting spot. Wide receiver 1. That just happens to be on the IR.
Love
Like
the confidence.
3-0. Just getting murdered out here, losing. He's losing games by like fucking 5 points, 6 points. If he played anybody else, it would be a win.
All right, the final one-possession game that we have on the slate is Monday Night Football. That was the Packers and the Raiders. This one felt good. This one felt good to watch. I was kind of waiting for that game where I go, okay, this is the Jordan Love that I was expecting. This was the Jordan Love that I was expecting. 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Packers lose 13-17. They had a game-winning drive chance because of a missed field goal, and Jordan Love throws back. I kind of love to see it, I'm not going to lie.
I've seen a couple of games where that was a
I'm not
big.
trying to talk specifically about fantasy, but I told you guys when I picked up Jordan Love that I might have just cursed.
And why'd you drop him?
Yeah, you got to keep him then.
I can't
You're
keep
being
him.
selfish.
If this man goes crazy
Outlandish.
next,
You
this
girl, but you drop Love. You're trying to be a bad man.
Wow, he would rather have
Listen.
the Bengals be bad than the
Listen.
Nah. Don't do this to me, Ty.
you. If you just gave him the waiver wire drop luck, that little boost, because anytime you drop a player to the waiver wire, they just happen to go crazy that week.
No. Tell
I don't
Bookie
have the QB bad juju. You do.
Tell Bookie to pick him up. He'll get hurt in like 2 weeks.
Bookie hasn't had a big injury problem except for Justin Jefferson going down.
Bookie always has injury problems.
No, he has James Conner on IR.
Yeah, Bookie always.
Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, everyone kind of goes through some type of injury with a couple people. It's just last year, Bookie went through it like with his entire team.
Yeah, and you know what? If he takes Jordan Love out of everyone, got the best chance of getting hurt again.
Listen, Jordan Love, here's the thing, buddy. You're failing in the first half tremendously.
Because he's a failure.
Every game. First half is awful. In the second half, you look good. But this week, you didn't look good the second half. So,
I pray on
here's your color showing. Are you a backup? Do you need to sit on the bench longer? I don't know. The coming weeks will tell.
Will Flair be the head coach next year?
So many questions. Not enough answers.
No.
I agree.
And to wrap up the ball, George Kittle got 3 touchdowns, showed up his shirt, said, fuck Dallas. Dallas fucking sucks, and everyone now knows it. So that's going out.
Yep.
Hold up. We got to add in one more thing about that because Micah Parsons still thinks they're in the same ballpark as the 49ers after that game.
And
Mike Parsons is officially retarded, and he's officially a Dallas Cowboys football player. Let's move on to the NHL.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it feels really, really good to be back doing this again. So, without further ado, the puck luck picks.
I think that, you want me to be completely honest? Yeah. Last time
Some room between the legs. 13:57 of the third.
Yeah.
Speaking of Connor,
Heads Capitals,
Get to the grab some must. Speak on the top of my brother's
Hail.
blood. None of these niggas can trust. We cannot question, you know what it was. But what you doing for us? You need this back 'cause I'm putting in work. Like I keep flowing in rush. Did you catch that?
as your reigning champ, I am excited to defend my crown for both picks titles this year. Hear ye, hear ye. Hear ye, hear ye.
I know one thing for sure, it's that no one's going back to back. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What are you talking about? I'm back to back 4th place, baby. Fuck you talking about? Back to back over here.
The last you got, Jesse. Okay.
I'm trying to end the streak.
We're all rooting for you.
Hey, at least he won the first year of the downtown cash picks because he only played half the games. But that's a story for a different time.
A win. A win. A win.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I can't blame you. All right, you guys can find all these picks on the Sharps app because, you know, we have those books connected. Make sure you guys hop on the Sharps app, download it to your phone, connect your sports book, and share your picks as well as fading or tailing our picks. Sometimes they're worth fading, I'm not going to lie, but sometimes they're worth tailing. Luke, first game, what do we got up?
Well, let's get into the first game, which is considered game 1 of the Puck Luck Picks. We have on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, the Colorado Avalanche are going to L.A. to play the Kings. The Avs are currently minus 118, and the Kings are not that big of an under because they're minus 102.
Dylan, we go to you first.
One thing I've learned is normally the favorites win on opening night, so I'm going to take the Avalanche.
Jesse.
Oh, shit. Avalanche.
Ow!
Please don't. I think it's hard not to take the Avs here. Kings are the home team. First game at the home barn. Sometimes you got a little bit of things going your way. I think I'm going to take the Kings. First home game of the year. Sometimes places rocking. You just got the energy flowing. Kings are a sneaky good team every year.
Exactly. And Dylan's talking about how, the favorites usually win on here, but they're not even that big of a favorite. They're barely a favorite. They're just a favorite because because the sports books had to just bump it up a little bit. And they're on the road going to LA. They're still enjoying the summertime, especially on those Cali beaches. Kings are used to it all year round. I'm taking the Kings at home. They're going to be boosted. They're going to be fired up, playing in front of that LA crowd. Now we have game number 2. This is Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. The New York Rangers, minus 125, is going to Buffalo to play the Sabres, plus 105.
All right, I'm going first on this one with the same energy as the last one. Buffalo's home barn's going to be bumping, all right? The people of Buffalo, for the first time in a long time after last year, know that they have a good hockey team, and there's nothing else to do in Buffalo than go to a football game, jump through a table, go to a hockey game, jump through more tables, and pound more beer. I'm taking Buffalo at home, and you're crazy if you don't, I think. New York showed you last year, even with star power, it just isn't clicking.
70% of the money line is on the Rangers. I will take the Sabres. Thank you.
I thought the favorites win.
Hey, man.
Predicting. Jesse.
Let me have my logic for my...
I'm joining the 70%. Taking the Rangers.
Luke.
Well, it looks like, Jesse's going to be on an island all by himself because I am kind of with the hype of the Sabres. Not because they're home, not because they're amped up, because they also have their fans have the Bills to watch, and then they're going to be watching the Sabres, and it's a yada yada. It's because this team is going to be pretty good this year. They showed sparks of it last year. They just fell short of the playoffs, but there is a lot of hype around this team. Maybe not to be a huge Stanley Cup contender, but there is a big chance that they are a playoff contender this year. Their young guys are even developed even more. They shined last year. They're about to shine even brighter this year. Give me the Sabres. All right, for game number 3, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have the Arizona No, I'm kidding. The Pittsburgh Penguins, minus 120, going to Washington to play the Capitals that are plus 100. Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Jesse, we go to you first. And Luke, thank you for not overriding it and making it an Arizona game.
Yeah, I know it was hard for you. We all know it was hard for you. Took a lot not to do it. For me, who am I taking? I want to take the Caps. Really do. I'm going to take the Caps. I don't care. It's a testament to the whole Buffalo pick season.
Dylan, over to you.
Why? Because all your picks are going to be Cap?
I'll take the Penguins.
Hey.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
And I know it's disgusting.
I absolutely hate Pittsburgh. I can't bring myself to take them, especially when they're playing a good team.
But Tyler, you got to think past your biases. You got to think performance. These guys go on stretches. They'll either win a bunch or lose a bunch. You know that.
Both these teams do that. They always go back and forth.
Pittsburgh lose. Washington is going.
Okay, I just didn't want you to make the pick because you hate Pittsburgh.
You will never know why I made the pick.
You know,
Take a pretty good guess though.
I'm torn on this one. I wanted just to flip a coin to pick for me, but it's hard because it's like, you know, Crosby's probably embarrassed that Bedard beat him in the first game of the season for them. So I think he has a little revenge on his mind, but also at the same time, Ovechkin is still trying to shatter Gretzky's record. And what did they do last year? They started out the start of the season hot. And they're at home. I might have to go with the Caps.
Caps haven't lost since they lost to the Red Wings in preseason.
They're fired up. They're rolling. I'll tell you who has lost since the preseason. The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins have not lost a road regular season game all year. Just saying.
Third statement. Those are the puck luck picks.
All right, I believe we have a little bit of UFC before we leave here.
Yes, we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because there's a little miss and match, a little wing and whack. Oliveira decided to eat a headbutt a couple days before the fight was happening. The same week. Got a nasty gash on his eyebrow. Can't fight. So he's out. And Volkanovski is in. Volk is in. We have the rematch that everyone wanted.
The rematch everyone wanted was already supposed to happen.
No, because Oliveira got absolutely obliterated in that fight. This one has the whole UFC MMA community torn in half because half the people think Volk won that decision. Another half agreed he did not, and Islam won that.
Yeah.
And
Volk
I'm on the
did win.
Islam side. No, he
And
didn't.
I'm on Volk's side.
Let's look at the.
I'm on Team Islam. Islam.
Yeah.
I've always been on Team Islam.
I know, because he's
as
fuck.
I don't blame
Yes.
you.
I'm not an idiot.
Mixed emotions, okay? Mixed emotions. I love Volk. He's my boy next to Oliveira. So if anyone could sub in for Ali, I'm happy it's Volk. But damn it, I'm sad that Oliveira's out.
You should be mad at him and his camp for being a bunch
I'm
of
at his fucking camp,
dumbasses.
sparring partner for fucking busting his eyebrow open, and now
Bro,
he bitches in his face, and he
They
can't
clashed.
fight.
They clashed heads. That's not like completely on the other guy. What is Oliveira and his camp thinking it's a good idea? Can I fucking finish before you start screaming? Jesus. I've been trying to say it like 3 times now.
Go!
Your camp. Oh my God. Jesus.
Enter the PlayStation party.
His camp and himself thought it was a great idea. Oh, a week before the fight, less than a week, let's keep hard sparring. If you don't know what hard sparring is, it means they're sparring full tilt.
It's
Why
almost
are
like
you
he was
doing
fighting
that
Islam.
the week before, like less than a week before? You just don't
Fighting
do
his
that. You're
hardest
supposed to
fight of his career, maybe.
Yeah, and you know how you make sure you get to that fight? You don't hard spar.
Last time he kept it easy and he got dogged. So this time he's trying a different approach. And he got hurt. Shit happens.
So he was definitely in his head for this fight because he's thinking, oh, now I got a hard spar there.
Correct.
Boom. Now you're hurt.
Yes.
What he should have done is not that.
No, he should not have did it last time. It would have went just as bad. You cannot have the same mindset as the last fight. That would have been bad. You got to switch up. You got to switch something up.
That's like that really has nothing to do with the hard sparring there. Like not everyone can be Sean Strickland and spar for like 18 rounds every single day before their next fight.
Look,
No.
I'm not saying I agree that he should have done it, but what I'm saying is I'm more
Yes.
mad at the situation. Okay, I'm mad that it happened, and I'm allowed to be mad that it happened. Bro. Oh my God.
He lost.
Charles is not an idiot. His team is stupid for making him do that. But I'm not going to say 1,000.
I refuse to believe that Charles had no part in wanting to do that.
I'm not saying he had no part. I'm just saying 100%.
That makes him part of the issue.
Definitely agreed to do it.
Yeah, I'm saying he had some word. I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm not saying he had nothing to do with it. I never said that. Those words never came out of my mouth.
I know.
You're saying his
So then why are you
his
saying
teams.
I said that?
Because you're saying his team's the idiot and not him.
I'm
But
saying
he
they're
had
both
part to do with it.
stupid, collectively. They're all dumb. But you're not going to sit here and just blame Charles.
Did I say that?
No, nobody
Every
did.
single time I spoke, I said,
No. Does it say, is Charles and his team stupid? No, it says, is Charles an idiot?
did I write that? No.
Then
But every
that's why
time
I'm
I've
talking
spoke,
to Tyler.
every time I've spoke about this, but you just said it to me that, oh my God.
Tyler,
I haven't said anything. I just put the thing on the screen and then watched it happen.
Yeah, you fucking let the fuse and walked away.
No, I was never actually there.
You were.
This
is your evidence that you were here.
No, I rolled the
You
grenade.
were here the whole time.
I rolled the grenade into the room and then kept walking down the hallway.
The whole thing sucks, but it's amazing at the same time because Volkanovski is going to win.
Every embedded series I've ever watched, it's just specifically for the week going into the fight. You don't see any of those guys hard sparring. Want to know why? Because that's a lot more risk for an injury that's going to take them out of the fight.
Is this how you feel, Luke?
It
Every
makes
time you get excited for a McGregor fight and then he gets hurt and then you just give me some advice. How do I'm actually like really sad.
He's gotten hurt one time.
Yeah, but he hasn't fought in like 2 years. So like
because he snapped his leg.
I know, but like
you just don't come back and fight the next day after you snap your bone.
I was being fucking serious, but if you still want to be a smart ass, then just be a smart ass. I was being genuine. I was being serious.
I'm being serious too. You cannot compare a gash on the eye to a snapped leg that happened in a fight.
Okay.
I mean, you already said that you're a fan of the guy that took his place. So, like,
yeah, that's what I would just say.
There's you solving your problem right there.
Right.
That you said
that was the last thing I said. And then
you already did it.
With the Oliveira thing.
But you asked Luke what to do. You already did what you were supposed to do. You moved on to Volk.
Okay, so thank you. You're answering the question. Yes. So I guess then
you could ask.
Did it?
Why couldn't you just give me an actual answer, Luke? Why you have to?
Because it's not the same thing. McGregor got hurt during his fight. He didn't get hurt before the fight and not fight.
You had to be technical. You could just give me an answer. And nope.
You wanted a real answer. Then you said I'm being sarcastic with it and bullshitting you. I'm telling you why I can't.
Okay.
Because it's nowhere near the same thing. If it happened during the fight, which ended the fight, yeah, I could relate to that and speak on it.
Okay.
But I can't because my favorite fighter, McGregor, didn't get hurt before the fight and pull out right there.
Yeah, he only gets hurt in the fight.
I'd rather him get hurt during the fight. This sucks.
I refuse to believe that. Because there's nothing worse.
I can make the argument of if he was beating his ass and then his like leg snapped, then I could be like, oh, he was gonna win. But if you know what I mean, like then I have that argument.
That makes it even worse because you're like, wow, doctor stoppage really ended this fight instead of things finishing and winning the fight.
I'm just waiting for someone to do it. It's gonna be Volk.
Islam's not gonna get exposed.
Look, Volk beat him last time.
I don't have to attack you because you're vulnerable right now, but I have to attack you because you're vulnerable right now. I'm just waiting to see Islam Makhachev take out not only your favorite fighter, but the backup to your favorite fighter.
But he can't. Volk beat him last time.
No, he didn't.
And he's gonna beat him again.
He doesn't have the belt.
He's gonna beat him. He actually does.
He has
could say
8
He's gonna
belts.
have 2 when he's
Uh,
done with Islam. Rawr!
You know what? Islam about to have 2 belts, so I
Nope,
can't wait.
It's only for Islam's belt. So that
Yeah,
they
it's
have
only
to-
for
Ah,
Islam.
What kind of bullshit is this?
Because different weight classes.
Well,
That's
then
the only
when
problem with
Islam wins,
Nope, it's not how it works.
He's
'cause
gonna have
then
to
there's another
fight
belt.
again
He'll
for
fight
his
in
belt.
division. Back for his belt. So, ha!
I don't understand this fight game.
Well, it doesn't matter because Volk's only walking out with one belt, and that's the belt he currently has,
Volk's
and
gonna
not the
walk
one
out
that
with 2, and then what do we do with
Makachev
Islam?
has.
We do
Is
Islam
Volk
versus
currently
Charles for the
is
number
he
1
the
contender?
champ?
I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do
Is
that.
Volk
But
currently the champ of the next division up or the next
Below.
division?
below.
Okay, so yeah, okay.
He's
now
the
makes sense.
flyweight champion, and he's fighting
Now
for the
makes
lightweight belt.
Yeah, so the lightweight can't just get the flyweight belt. I understand that. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well, he could if he
If he
fights
lost
him
the
at that
weight,
weight
yeah.
class.
Well, yeah, but then he has to like cut, right? And then
Yeah.
okay, for sure.
And then
So
there
they're
was another
fighting
change.
at
Another-
the lightweight weight.
Another Chimaev fight that isn't a Chimaev fight that he's supposed to be fighting. Why is it always his
Yep.
fights that shit gets changed?
Well, because who's even a bigger dumbass than Charles and his camp and his
I'll agree with
team
this one.
is goddamn Paulo Costa. Oh, hey, a month before the fight, a week before the fight. Oh, let me get surgery on my elbow. And think to himself, I can still fight. No, you can't, buddy.
That's
You
just-
wanna know how? Because they changed the fight because of it. He was like, oh, I'm not backing out. I'm not pulling out. News today, brother. You're not fighting.
Yeah. It's not physically possible. But we're getting a damn good fight between Chimaev and Kamaru Usman. I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
And I'm sorry, but Usman's about to lose this fight. His knees have already gone to shit, and now he has to deal with an absolute insanely aggressive wrestler. His knees might snap in half.
Was his last fight his second fight against Leon, or did he have another one in between that?
That was his second fight against Leon.
His last fight?
Yeah, that was his last
so
fight.
the last 2 people he's fought have both been Leon.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm actually excited to see how he does then, because I feel like he's going to have a different game plan here. But the problem is he's probably going to try to wrestle. I'm excited because these guys are both going to try to out wrestle each other.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Someone has bad knees. The other person doesn't have bad knees.
I know he's got bad knees, but you can never count out Usman, man. This is going to be a good fight.
Well, I counted him out the last time he fought, and I half counted him out the first time, or 2 fights ago, when I said if he stays standing with Leon, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out. He got knocked the fuck out.
Yes, he did.
Then the last fight, I was like, you know what?
Usman, he's
Yeah,
not.
but you didn't have Leon winning that fight. You said that, but you had Usman winning that fight. That doesn't mean so.
Yeah, because I didn't think he was gonna stand and bang with him. Like I said, if he does so, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
And he
still had Usman
he stood
winning.
there to try and bang with him, and he got
Luke basically told him not to because
Correct.
he didn't fight if he did, and he lost the fight.
Correct. Yes, I agree with that.
That's what
Then-
happened.
then the next fight, I was like, you know what? Leon's
Next
too
fight,
hyped
yeah,
up. He's in his hometown now,
You're against him.
his own country. I'm pretty sure he's never lost in his own
Correct.
country. And I was like, wow, this is gonna go bad for Usman. Give me Leon.
Yeah, that one went real bad. So the main event and the co-main event both changed in 24 hours. That's wild.
Still not the craziest shakeup in the UFC history.
Probably not.
But it's
No,
still
remember,
wild.
Ty, because remember like a year ago when like 3 of the main card fights, like everyone was just fighting each
Wasn't
other
that-
backstage after the press conference.
Wasn't that Chimaev
And
versus
then
Diaz?
the next day, it was like, okay, you 2 are fighting, you 2 are fighting, you 2 are fighting.
Yeah.
And no one was fighting who they were supposed
Wasn't
to.
that
Yeah.
wasn't that Chimaev versus Diaz? Wasn't that like
Yeah, that's
card?
why
Uh-huh.
Shit was broken.
that's why
Chimaev.
Chimaev fought Kevin Holland. And, oh man,
Yeah,
that was-
this dude Chimaev
that
can
was a
never
fight and a
fucking.
half.
No, Chimaev fucked up last time because I remember his ass was like 10 pounds overweight or whatever the fuck. He missed weight.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
missed that a
Yeah,
lot.
Chimaev missed weight last time. That's what it was.
Yeah, And a bunch of casual keeps trying to give him shit for it. It's like, dude, that's the first time he's ever missed weight in his entire career. Like, calm down.
All right, before we wrap up today's podcast, I have one question.
I'm straight. How many times do I have to tell you?
You're gonna have to keep telling me because you never make it believable. Are we gonna touch the Broncos and Chiefs Thursday night game?
Yes!
Oh shit.
I'll give you a touchdown if you want to do
Jesse?
that.
If you're still there,
How about this?
I don't
Luke,
see it.
How about Luke gives a winner? Tyler, you give an over/under. I'll give a touchdown.
Does it count towards our picks?
We'll go this. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, right here. This is our parlay.
Does it count towards our picks?
I'll let Luke make the call because he's the one who has to pick the winner.
That's the money line winner or the
Luke's picking the winner. You're picking the over/under. I'm picking a touchdown. That's how we're doing it.
You guys go first. I'll pick the winner, but you guys go first.
All right, Tyler, we'll start with you. Over/under. What is the over/under?
The over/under is set at 47.5, and we are taking the under.
Okay. Sorry, I'm loading up FanDuel. All right. Boom, boom, boom.
Touchdown scores. Is that what we're doing?
That's what I'm looking at.
What are you giving us?
I want to give Kelsey, but I feel like that's too obvious.
That's minus 170. Dylan, give us some value.
You know what I mean?
Give us some value.
Here we go.
I'll give you.
Anytime touchdown.
I have value.
What about
I have value.
what about Javonte
I got
Williams
value.
at +210?
What did you say?
Javonte Williams
Wasn't at practice
+210.
today.
Javonte Williams +210.
Travis Kelce wasn't at practice today. It's the Denver Broncos. They're going to bench him because they don't need him to win. And Noah Gray's going to get the touchdown, and it's fat right now because they think Kelsey's playing. I'm telling you, he ain't playing.
Yeah, Kelsey is playing. Anyway, Javonte Williams is our touchdown.
Watch. He's not playing 100%.
All right, Jesse, you got Noah Gray.
Yep.
Dylan, you're taking Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Luke, finish it off.
Isn't Noah Gray in concussion protocol?
Hell.
I swear I saw
I
that.
gotta find Noah
last
Gray.
game.
Oh, baby. I have all the power in my hands.
Yeah, you are picking the winner. You can fuck us or you can make us.
Ooh.
And we have a Broncos game.
We haven't even picked the winner yet. We're sitting on 3 legs plus 4,400.
And this is where Luke is going to just
Blow
fuck
it up.
us.
Give me Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos, baby.
In Arrowhead?
Oh, man.
You mean to cover, right? Please tell me you mean to cover.
Cover?
To cover!
He said. He knows what he said.
To cover! 10.5 points, right?
Money line.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
There's
should've
no
known
way, right?
You
There's
should've
no
known
way the Denver Broncos win. Right? Come on.
Shit, I guess we-
There's no
I
way.
guess, hey, the
Is
only
this
thing
your
I have to
Colts
say
Kansas
is,
City game?
the only thing I have to say is,
Bro,
let's ride. I mean, we don't really have a choice. We are already on the ride. Seatbelts locked. Luke already took us, and he's driving the car. We don't
Okay.
have any other choice but to ride.
I apologize. I did not know we were building a parlay. I thought we were throwing out single bets. I would like to replace Noah Gray with Rashee Rice over 2.5 catches. It hits every time except for one game this year. It's 4 for 1. I mean, 4 out of 5 games.
Jesse, you didn't know what we were doing because you're too busy shoving things out of your butt.
Whoa.
Out of? Yeah. I hope it was out of.
That's
But
what
it wasn't a poop. You can see I'm in a bathroom.
I actually didn't know what you were doing in there.
There's noise behind me in the bathtub because there's a baby in it, and I'm giving him a bath. But I had to get the baby.
Maybe you're just pooping in the bath. I don't know how you roll.
Yeah, I hear you. I get it, but that wasn't it. This would be quite like I have 2 toilets. One's the
Jesse, the books are on to your play.
What they do?
Minus 175 over 2.5.
Yeah, add it to the leg. Who cares? Luke already made us take Denver. That's our value.
All right, I'll add it to the leg. Play.
Fine. Do you want me to make it playable?
You already made us take Denver. I mean, what are we supposed to do here?
I mean, I guess we could take the Chiefs money line to make it plus 1,500.
I mean, with the Broncos money line, I'm looking at plus 30,000 odds right now.
Can we just change it from the money line to the spread? Does it have to be?
Well, you gotta take. Did you take off the Noah Gray touchdown?
No.
That's the problem. Yeah.
I like the Noah Gray touchdown.
Exactly. Whether Kelsey plays in that.
Travis Kelsey's not 100%. Even if they do put him out there, it's going to be a decoy to pass it to Noah Gray. It's genius.
Okay. What happened the last time? Kelsey
and Andy Reid 100 IQ play.
Guys, come on.
What happened the last time?
Let's just make this decision.
What happened the last time?
We're talking about
Kelsey didn't play.
Look, and all I'm saying is 5 for 1,500 looks pretty nice.
All right, Tyler, read the lay to the people.
10 for 3K.
It's under 47.5. Anytime touchdowns from Noah Gray and Javonte Williams. The Denver Broncos money line, brought to you by Luke Dacey. And over 2.5 receptions by Rashee Rice.
I'm going to laugh when 4 out of 5 hit and it's not Luke's that fucks us. It's going to be a different one.
When this cashes because the Broncos win, I don't ever want to be questioned again on a single pick I make for the rest of this pod's existence.
Okay, but then you got to make it like this.
On the contrary.
The other way, you are no longer allowed to just give out these ridiculous, atrocious fucking picks.
No, that's
you got to
not
do it both ways.
fair.
That's not fair.
That's so not. It's not fair in my what?
You got to call it both ways.
Loop.
If I fuck up, nothing happens. But if I do good, I get something. No, that's not how
And
it
you guys
works.
get to question every single wild pick I make.
We
Even though you already do that. But
We
okay,
just
fine.
that
You get to question it, but I have to answer with absolute facts on why.
You can't just say because. Okay.
You can't
I do
just
kinda
say
like that.
because.
I do like that.
All right, here we go. Ready?
It's fair.
Taylor Swift is about to see Kelsey fight a Bronco and lose because Bronco Country is coming to Arrowhead. Let's go.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a damn
man.
shame because I'm pretty sure last game they played, she wasn't there.
Can't believe
No, she wasn't.
I can't believe I gotta watch this game and
Played
just
well.
ride.
She's already working on that album about
Travis
him.
didn't play well when she wasn't there. Be careful. Careful, Travis.
And he's about to not play this week. Now it's definitely over. She's about to completely make a whole album on his ass now.
All right, and since that is Thursday Night Football and today is Wednesday, we will see you on Saturday. Dylan, get us the fuck out of here, please.
Thank you guys for watching Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. If you want to see more of what you saw, you can head over at Ride the Tide 586 on Instagram and Twitter, and you can head on What's Going On, Jake, and you can head on to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast on Twitch and on YouTube. You can also appreciate you, Jake. You can do what Jake did. You can like and you can share, and you can make sure that the podcast gets all the notoriety that it honestly deserves. If you're betting on sports this weekend, make sure you're using the Sharps app. You can download that over on the App Store. If there's other podcasts that you want to check out, you can do that over at sixpackcoverage.com. The next time us and the boys will be talking to you should be this Saturday, where we will be hitting you with all the football that's going on. MLB still happening. UFC should be going on that night. It should be a fantastic weekend of sports, and we will be seeing you this Saturday. I'm McKilly. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.